Let's talk about reframing, because it's such an important principle that we talk about all the time and we try and get people to understand, because it's simply taking a situation that might be coming across as negative to you and without changing the facts, trying to see it in a more positive way. When you do that, serotonin comes into your system. Serotonin's a mood enhancer. It's a natural hormone. It lifts you up a little bit more and you're more able to cope with pressure.
When we talk about reframing, it's something that could happen 3 or 4 times a day, even more, where there are little things that irritate and you just look at it from a different perspective and it can be more positive, as Gary says. Well, one of the bigger sort of concepts in my life after moving to America, which needed a lot of reframing, and it wasn't just a once-off reframing process, was me realizing I was a stepmom with 4 children. We'd moved to America. Gary got a great job in television, and I was stuck at home with the 4 kids. Not that they were little, they were teenagers, self-sufficient, but I kind of felt like my career was on the back burner. I had been in television for over 25 years, and I felt like my career just was non-existent anymore. And that I was sitting at home, and I wasn't really being, as dynamic in my life as I wanted to be. And I was starting to become very depressed, as people do when they change careers or they lose a career. And I needed to find a way to reframe. I looked at the scenario, and for some reason, I was aware that for the first time in my life, I actually had time to be with the children, to spend time with them when they were doing homework, to take them to extramural activities after school, and to really get to know them in the car while driving with them. When I thought about these wonderful opportunities I had with the kids, I realized, yes, it would be nice to have a career and rush around and be in television and be popular and visible again. But the powerful thing for me was being able to recognize that I had the most wonderful gift right in front of me. And by reframing, I noticed that gift. I had time with the kids for the first time in my life, and at a very crucial time in their life. So that was my reframing.
I'm surprised you had to reframe that. I thought being at home and being my wife would have been more than enough for you. Only kidding.
It is wonderful most of the time.
Kidding. Wait, just sticking with the TV theme, interesting one that happened a few weeks back at the TV studios. We were doing some work, and one of the presenters with me got very annoyed that the graphics came up with the wrong spelling. And it's not great when you're on air and something doesn't look right. It can make you look bad. And she was mumbling and groaning. And when we went to an ad break, I had a little chat with her because she had been moaning about a couple of things. And I could see she was getting into that negative phase and getting uptight with everybody. And I said, you know what? When these things happen, it gives you the chance to deal with it. And you become a better presenter when you can handle the curveball. And I said, one day, maybe you'll be, a great presenter and on the sort of main news channels and all these sort of things. And when things go wrong, you won't miss a beat because you've served your time and you've done that. And by reframing that for her, she was then able for the next hour or so to be a lot more relaxed. And when something else went wrong a little bit later, I could see instinctively she actually went, this is my chance to just, ride through it and come out the other side unscathed. And she did that. That was a little bit of reframing, which can, instead of going down that road of more and more angry and fighting and screaming, and it just changed everything and made her day a much, much better day in every sense.
And what happened physically was a small amount of serotonin was released every time she thought positively about that situation. And when serotonin is released into your body without you even knowing, it reduces the pressure, it takes away the effect of the cortisol and adrenaline in your body, and it makes you calmer and able to think clearer.
And that is the power of reframing.